Now, shifting to the United States, where two Supreme Court cases could decide the future of the internet. We'll get more from VOA correspondent Jessica Stone in her report.
Hello from Washington. For decades now, internet companies have had immunity from liability for the content on their sites. But this week, the U.S. Supreme Court hears cases that could take away that immunity and change the way internet sites police the content on their platforms. For 3 days this week, the 9 justices on the U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments on 2 cases. One is against Twitter, the other is against Google, which owns YouTube. These cases center on the accusation that Google and Twitter are responsible for spreading terrorist propaganda and extremism, which led to deadly terror attacks by ISIS, one in 2015 in Paris, the other in 2017 in Istanbul. These cases get to the question of what responsibility do these companies have to police the content their algorithms recommend, not just the user content they host. Under the Communications Decency Act, the companies have been shielded from liability, so a ruling against these internet companies could allow lawsuits to be filed against them and against other internet companies. Some argue this could squash the free expression culture of the internet. But for the families of the plaintiffs in this case, it's all about justice.
We just want people to understand, and we're looking for justice for my wife's daughter. And that's why we came here to the Supreme Court, to see the pain that my wife is going through. And hopefully this will change the internet. And hopefully they'll listen to everything with what we're going through.
I just want to say that we feel really confident inside the court. And then I think something good is coming out from this court.
At the same time, the U.S. Congress is watching these Supreme Court cases very closely. They, too, are considering legislation to act on the same issue of whether these internet companies should be liable for the content that not only passes through their platforms, but that they recommend. Jessica Stone, VOA News, Washington.